Love it. All right, here we go. All right, so guys, as you guys know, I always start with the numbers, right? We got to make sure we understand what the market looks like. Therefore, we can kind of play against that or understand what the market conditions look like. Therefore, we can educate our clients on what is happening in their neck of the woods. Okay, so first things first, look at the market overview. We're down 9.6% in all closed sale properties. Okay, so what that basically means is, we're a little off track from the year before. 7.9% up in median sales prices. So we're not seeing any flexibility, too much volatility in the prices. I think they're pretty stable. As we all know by now, supply and demand, when the supply is low, the demand is high, prices will increase. No surprise there. 1 year change in homes for sale, increase of inventory, a little bit, not too much, but it's still going up. Due to a few things, right? Higher interest rates are keeping houses on the market a little longer. This time of year, people tend to put their homes on the market as the kids are getting out of school or, end of spring, early summer type of thing. So no surprise there either. All right, so detached market overview. We're not going to spend too much time on this, but closed sales off a tad. Last year, we're at 1373. This time, we're at 1223, down 10.9%. If you look at the year to date, we're down 3.8%. So it's kind of in line of what took place from last year as far as year to date. Median sales prices are up higher, 12.1%, and average sales price is up 7.2%. Very similar numbers in the attached market view. If you look at the closed sales, we're at 784 this time last year. We're at 727, so down 7.3%. Overall, year to date, we are up 1953 in attached properties. If you can tell, if you guys notice, it's a little bit higher than what it was in a detached market view. So more people are selling their condos and attached properties. All right, here we go. New listings. They went up just a smidget, 0.8%. All right, so we're at 1619 for detached and 932 for attached. Still low inventory, guys. If you guys see what the numbers look like from the previous months, just around 1,500 is pretty much the average. And the attached view, we're looking at about 700 to 800. It's kind of the normal. All right, pending sales up 4.6%. We're at 1378 for detached and 778 for attached. Sales prices are increasing, right? Median sales price has risen 12.1%. We're at $1,050,000 for median sales price for detached and $670,000 for attached. All right, now look at this is kind of like the market in a nutshell. Dollar volume of closed sales. I want you guys to pay really close attention to this. So if you look at, it was detached was 1.6. We're looking at 1.680. Very similar numbers. I mean, down 5% from March, or excuse me, from last year, but they're holding up. It's right around $582 a square foot. So just keep that in mind for your clients. You should be showing these graphs when they start asking you, is the market going up and is it going down and blah, blah, blah. Total market overview. Total market overview. Look at this. 12,175, 12,157 last year. We're at 1950, down 9.6% in closed sales. Year to date, down 0.2. So it's very, very similar than what it was last year. Before I go there, I definitely want you guys to pay attention to what's to come, right? Because I want everybody to understand where the numbers going. What are you doing with your clients? What are we talking about when you hear the news and all these different things that are just noise, things that just distract not only the clients but everybody else. I want everybody to kind of educate their clients on the actual numbers. So you should be sharing these graphs. And again, we'll share them at the end of the meeting. Therefore, you can put them in your presentation slides. Anybody have a comment, or can I continue? And again, if there's a comment or something that you want to bring up, I advise you to use the chat so that way we can bring you on. Going to get into this. If you've been living on the moon for the last few years and you're not really paying attention to the NAR settlement that took place recently, This is the NAR settlement in kind of a nutshell, if you will. Settlement impacting over 1 million NAR members and home buyers and sellers with new practice guidelines. Agents working with buyers must use specific forms to disclose compensation details, BRBC and the ABCD. Commission sellers pay to buyers agents are now openly negotiable, and mandatory compensation offers in the MLS are eliminated. What that basically means is you can't put your compensations in the MLS for the buyer's agents like you did in the past. Now, are there going to be different ways of kind of presenting that? I think so. And there are going to be some creative ways, of course. Starting mid-July, expect practice changing, promoting a full, transparent, equitable market. Yeah, different, right? I mean, not too much different than our practices in the past as far as full disclosure, right? I truly believe in full disclosure in everything that you do. If you're working with a buyer or seller or anything, the more information you give them, the more trust is built. That's just the bottom line. And our contracts were pretty transparent to begin with. I mean, other practices throughout the nation weren't using some of the forms. And I truly believe CAR forms are way ahead of everybody else. All right. What does this mean for buyers and sellers? Financial flexibility, improve with fully negotiable commission structures, upfront disclosures for all compensation helps buyers and sellers to understand where the money is going. New and revised forms ensure all parties are fully informed on the transaction and commission details. Removal of mandatory compensation offers in the MLS creates a focus on the property. Let me just bring up that last point because some people are not liking this too much. I'm sure. There's no doubt. Change is scary. But I will tell you this, offering 1% or, some lower amount in the MLS, let's call a spade a spade. A lot of agents weren't showing that property based on that compensation. A truly skilled agent can negotiate their commission with the seller or the buyer in that particular instance. I've always told people to not accept anything low. Like your time is worth something. And if it's a race to the bottom, if it's going to be, your value is going to be based on, lower compensations. That's all it's going to be. This guy's going to do it for $50 an hour. Next person's going to do it for 30. Next, we're working for free. So please know what you're worth, educate yourself on the changes and make those adjustments because change is inevitable. It doesn't stop for anybody. Just keep that in mind. Good news. Finally, we need some good news, right? This, I'm not going to read every line, but basically Fannie Mae came out on Monday and said they're not going to count it against sellers for any contributions towards commissions. You know how everybody's capped 3%, 6%, depending on, what program you use. Well, Fannie Mae has already announced that they are not going to count that towards concessions. This is a really good news for agents. First of all, it tells me that they're going to be working with us. Look, Fannie Mae wants to underwrite loans. They want us, they have to provide loans. It's just that, or they'll go out of business. I mean, it just doesn't work. It's a government program. So at the end of the day, they need us to be successful. They need us to sell properties and therefore, get more loans and blah, blah, blah. So anyway, this was a good news. I'm sure you guys heard about it. If you haven't heard about it, they are not going to be counting it against the seller for contributions to the buyer. So thought that was really good news to share. Anybody, let's see some comments. All righty here. All right. Libby, you have something to say? Yeah, I'd like to hear a little bit. Go ahead, go for it. I'll bring you on and just.
Well, I was just wondering if some of the agents had just announced new listings, how did they discuss compensation with their buyer? I mean, with their seller as to how they're going to pay the buyer or if they are buyer's agent?
That's a good question. And go ahead, Rick. I see your hand up, so I'm going to go ahead and call upon you. You're muted, by the way, so go ahead and unmute yourself first.
You sure you want him to?
You're still, there you go.
You just opened a can of worms.
I know. I'll mute you again if you say something wrong. Don't worry about it.
Well, and I said the same thing to all three people, and I truly mean this. And I told them that, in my opinion, that it benefits them to go on the market before all this goes down. Because offering compensation should pay for itself in the long term. They're going to get more offers, more viewings. better offers by having it out there to the masses. Because my fear is that, you know, July and August, there's going to be a little stalemate in the market until we figure out what's going to happen, and nobody's really sure how that's going to go. So, you know, I said, you know, just offer what you normally do, and eventually it will pay for itself. And all three of them seem to agree. In fact, all three of them wanted to get it done before July.
I love it. Look, there's not going to be much change, in my opinion, on how you present things to your clients. I just don't. I think there's going to be a few adjustments that are going to take place on how we present that to other agents, of course, because we no longer can put the compensation on the MLS. But I don't think that changes much in your conversations with your clients. That's my opinion. And a true professional will discuss the pros and cons, right? And that's what it's all about. We don't make the decisions for our clients. We educate our clients and advise our clients, but they make the decision. So it's all in the presentation. And I think, and I agree with you, Rick. Anybody else got anything to share or comment on that?
Yes,
David,
Mike.
sorry, I saw David's hand go up, and then I'll go to you, Barbara, after. Unmute yourself, David, if you don't mind.
Yeah, thanks, Rick. I'm in the same boat as you. I have 3 listings that I signed. I use the listing agreement that we have currently, which, you know, does, you know, allow for us to compensate the buyer's agents. But I am having more conversations with people. And some of the things that I've said, well, you know, selling homes, you always want buyers that are qualified, and the best buyer pool out there is the ones that have agents telling them, you know, how the process works, letting them know, you know what all this nonsense is. And so a lot of people are feeling comfortable. I said, I don't know if the forms are going to change. This is the forms I have now. We try to get it listed, try to get it sold before they come out with, you know, whatever. And I expect that there's going to be some gray area, you know, in the transition of going from, you know, paying the agents to possibly, you know, paying the buyer or giving the buyer a concession, and then they're paying the agents. So I said, you know, people are like, well, when is that happening? So a lot of people want, you know, solid facts. And I said, well, they're still kind of working through all that. So let's just stick with what we know. You know, what's the most important thing for you is to get your household right, and then get you to, you know, whatever your goals are, you know, once it's sold.
I love it.
So,
keep it
I've
simple.
had a couple nuts that have said, well, I don't ever want to pay a commission.
Wow.
I had a guy I was on the phone with yesterday, and I said, well, that's, you know, that's always your choice. It's always been your choice. You know, you can sell it by yourself, but you can also come up with the heartache and pain that comes with that. And at the end of the day, are you excited about leaving money on the table?
Right. I've been hearing that rebuttal for 27 years. I don't know about you guys, you know, I mean, who wants to pay commissions? But then if you show the value, you go from there. I saw, thank you, David, for your comments. Dennis Smith, go for it. I see your hand raised.
I do some advertising on other platforms and list my listings. And I just saw one here that, let's see, got to go back and find it. Yeah, RealBird is a real good listing platform. And I just noticed that they have a place for buyer's agent compensation now.
Mm.
So I expect a lot of the other platforms are going to have something like that pretty soon too.
Yeah. I know Walt has mentioned a few things to me about some creative ways, right? First of all, putting commissions on our website, right? So where we advertise the property, we can put the commission next to it instead of them calling the agent directly. But what's the problem with calling another agent on that listing and saying, hey, by the way, what's going on here, what it's offering, and just have a conversation with that agent. I personally believe, you know, again, you know, I haven't did business in a year or so, but I'll tell you this, when I was doing business, it was very simple. The people that were not communicating with me when they sent the offer in, that's a no-no. And I would let the sellers know immediately. Like, by the way, we got this offer, but I've been trying to get a hold of the agent. They're not present. They're not communicating with me. That's a bad sign, and that's a red flag. So if the offers are close, I would rather not work with this agent, just so you know. And I would educate them. And they felt the same way. If they're not being, you know, if it starts bad, guys, I'll tell you this, it ends bad, most likely, almost always. if it's already, you're pulling teeth to get the paperwork and the documents correct at the beginning before you open escrow, because that agent is not as, you know, is not as competent as you are, that's a problem. So, and I think it's not an issue to communicate with the agent ahead of time before you even put the offer in. Hey, what's going on here? Let's talk about this. You know, have a conversation. Go ahead, Barbara, do that.
Okay, and this could be a repeat. I don't know if you've already discussed the great little clip that Jared James did on his approach. He did this for the New York Times. It's a great, quick little video. I mean, it's something you can show the sellers. And one of the things he pointed out with the objections that sellers have about commissions as an owner is that when they turn around and they're going to be buying a property, if in fact they want the buyers to pay the commission for a buyer's broker when they're the seller, now the shoe's on the other foot, and they're going to be having to pay the same issue. So
Exactly.
yeah, he had some really good points.
We're going to cover that. And as a matter of fact, the next few slides are about what are we going to do as RE/MAX Connections in order to prepare you guys in order to have those presentations. I'll move on because there's a couple things. There's Jim Supple says, that's funny. So Brenda Dots asks, can we use buyer agent friendly seller? You know, kind of like, hey, we're paying commission type of thing. Yeah, I don't know yet. You know, I really don't know on what we should be able to use. Right now, I do know this: business as usual until the mid-July. So let's continue doing what we're doing until the changes are being made. Jim Supple says, or ending your price. Look at this. This is pretty creative with 0.25. So basically means 2.5% is what I'm kind of reading out of this. So anyway, don't know yet. Of course, Walt and I have been in discussions. Jeff is on the board and with SDAR is you know, the director and whatnot. So we're going to come up with the solutions on the best practices, and we'll definitely share that with you. All right, I'm going to move on. If you guys don't mind, do this. Give me a sec. All right. All right. So what are we going to do about it? What's our class syllabus look like? And, you know, what's that to come? And again, I'm not going to get into the details on this. I just want to give you a summary. Number one, we're going to navigate through the NAR settlement, right? Talking points, dialogue, blah, blah, blah. Number two, deciphering the BRBC agreement, right? Just a comprehensive examination of the buyer representation broker. Number three, we're going to do a mastering the buyer consultation. And I've already bought some presentation guides. We're going to tweak it a little bit. We'll share that with the group, of course, once it's completed. Number four, enhancing your listing presentations. This has to happen, right? We definitely got to talk about this, right? Just kind of like what you guys all mentioned with transparency and whatnot. Number five, crafting your unique value proposition. It's all going to be about value, all right? You know, you hear all these different estimates with a lot of agents leaving the business, blah, 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 blah. These people that want to leave the business and not embrace the changes, well, guys, they had one foot out anyway, in my opinion. You got to always reinvest. You know, the more you learn, the more you earn. It's just that simple. Keep fighting it all you want. You know, and I fought it in high school, and I, you know, barely fought it a little bit in college. But the bottom line is, you know, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. So I really want you to take this business serious and dive all in on learning as much as you can and presenting your value proposition. Number six, your negotiation skills. You know, some of these commissions that are coming in and they're okay, they're good, all right, they could be better. And that has to do with your negotiation. So we're definitely going to be talking about strategies on to achieve, you know, better outcomes. Number seven, overcoming objections. You're going to hear that. We just heard from some of your peers right now saying, hey, well, what are we doing with this? And, you know, sellers saying that they don't want to pay commissions. Well, guess what? We're going to do a class on that. Number eight, leveraging KV Core for solutions. You know, good news, guys. You got 85 users right now that are logging into the system. Just to put things in perspective, 6 months ago, it was 35. So people are buying into KV Core. You're going to have to start using some of the KV Core presents for your buyer presentations and some of your listing presentations. So please keep that cognizant. I do want to bring up a couple of things. I've used this slide in the past, but I think it's imperative now so more than ever before to have a growth mindset. All right. So just to break down really quickly, what's a fixed mindset? Fixed mindset. And if this resonates, please be cognizant of that so that where you can make the changes. Fixed mindset. They avoid challenges. They give up easily. They see effort as fruitless or worse. They ignore useful negative feedback. They don't listen to people saying, hey, by the way, this is what you need to improve on. They look at it as they hate me. They don't like me. All right. And the last but not least, the worst one of them all, they feel threatened by success of others. All right. So please pay attention to that. Fixed versus growth. I would like you to embrace challenges, persist in the face of setbacks. Everything that I am, everything that you think I am is because of all the setbacks and the challenges and the adversity that I had faced, not only as a single father and as a challenged realtor in the beginning. The first 5 years, I wanted to quit. Every other year, I wanted to quit, guys. First 5, maybe even the 7 years. But you overcome these challenges. You start to become the best version of yourself. Don't concentrate on other people. Concentrate on yourself. Effort. See effort as a path to mastery. All right. And criticism. They learn from criticism. Hey, you talk too much. Well, put it in perspective, man. Cut your dialogue in half. Just get to the point, right? Take that and go with it. Don't think that person's just trying to bring you down. They're giving you criticism. Learn from it. Success of others. They find lessons and inspiration in the success of others. Helps them, inspire them to get to the next level. If it's done before, there's something called scaffolding. You did 4 deals, now I can do 5. I know you did 5, now I know it's possible to do 6. That's how amazing success is built. All right, we got a couple welcomes. I want to welcome Richard Smith and Lori Tran to the group. Thank you for putting your trust with RE/MAX Connections. We have Drew Rutledge, sorry if I mispronounced. Congratulations on joining a great group. And Douglas Collins. Those are our new attendees. We currently have 144 agents, right? I've had some agents retire on me, move, and whatever the case may look like. So I want to talk about the updated Leaders Club for those that you don't know. From June 1st, 2023 to June 1st, 2024, we have doing a yacht party for our top 50. So congratulations to those names. If your name is not on the list, there is still time, all right? We're gonna be closing it out on June 1st. So please, if you have some things in the pipe, this should be an inspiration to you guys and get to it. All right. Where are we? Anybody comments, questions, concerns? Or before we get to our top 15, which I won't do now, I will go into, bring on Lindsay if you don't mind. I know we got some calendar updates. I know we're halfway in the month, but do you mind coming on and talking a little bit more about our schedule?
Of course. So tomorrow we do have a risk reduction class that was rescheduled from today. So be sure to attend that. And then next week we have a KV Core lead generation class that's going to be a Zoom. And next Wednesday we have a lean into luxury class that's also going to be a Zoom from RE/MAX LLC.
Awesome. And this is syllabus, guys. So if you guys want to know what the class is, what the context is, please make sure you look at the syllabuses.
Can I just piggyback on what she said there, Mike?
Yeah, Brian, give me 1 second if you don't mind, and then I'll jump you right in. Birthdays. I know you got some birthday announcements, Lindsay. Go for it.
Yeah, so we had Stacy Walker and Debbie Simon. Jill Spady, Pete Hagen, myself, Lindsay, Lisa Stadelli, Karen Gilday, Megan Orvis, and Barbara Reisner's birthday's coming up. Happy birthday to everybody.
Happy birthday, everyone. Brian Reifus, please, let me hear your comments.
Oh, I was just going to say that on the 23rd, that KV Core lead generation, kind of piggyback off on what Mike said, as far as like growth mindset, there's going to be an opportunity presented to you in this KV Core that, we kind of sought out. And I think it's a great opportunity for people that need a little bit more assistance in kind of maintaining and communicating with their leads on a very consistent basis. And so I would definitely encourage those that are looking to kind of put some fire into the KV Core to really attend that. There's going to be an opportunity for that at a later time to buy into that.
Awesome, Brian. You know what? I mirror those thoughts. This is lead generation. You guys have been asking for it. it's here, right? It's more of a concierge program. I'm not gonna ruin it for you guys because I do want you guys to pay attention and tune in. But that's where Remax Connection is headed, just to let everybody understand what's going on with where we're going. We're gonna try to kill some expenses, and we're gonna reinvest in lead generation. So therefore, you guys get busier, we get busier, right? We're in business together, right? I may subsidize it. I don't know exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna look at the budget and we're gonna look at this, but I promise you guys, I've been on this, this call and training with Inside Real Estate, along with Brian and a few others. So we have some great things planned. So if you guys are interested in lead generation tools, and a concierge service, please, I urge you to be on the 23rd. Go ahead, Diane. I know you had your hand raised.
No, I just wanted to mention every Monday morning, 8:45 to 9, I try to keep it prompt. We're doing a huddle. I'll send out a link every Monday morning. Anybody is welcome to attend. I know that originally I started it for the mentees. And so as we go and have more seasoned, experienced agents, we're going to up our game and get into lead generation and ChatGPT and a few other topics that hopefully will help everyone get more business and finish out the year strong.
Appreciate you doing those, Diane. I think those are very, very, very important, right? You start off the week, right, with that mindset of, hey, others are doing what I'm doing and I'm not alone. So I love that. Even if you could pick up on one golden nugget, it's worth your time. Anybody else?
Mike,
Yes, Walt, please
yeah,
go for it.
I'd just like to point out to everybody, the class tomorrow is very timely, and it's gonna kick off our series on the NAR settlement classes. I'm gonna talk about navigating through this settlement, kind of an overview, give you some insights on some truths, awarenesses, some attitude adjustments, and probably most importantly, going to give you some dialogues that you can start having now with your leads, your prospects, your friends and your neighbors about the NAR settlement, about commission in general, and sort of, leading into future classes on both buyer representation and seller representation.
Thank you, Walt. And like I said, we're not done with this. I mean, we're gonna take this thing head on. And in my opinion, I believe good leadership doesn't run away from a problem. They face it head on. And I look at this as an opportunity. I don't look at it as, oh my God, this is gonna, cripple our business and really put us at a huge disadvantage. I think we're at a huge advantage. And I'll tell you why. Most of my agents are seasoned pros. They don't take this business lightly. This is their full-time job. They don't work part-time, and they work full-time at, Home Depot or something. I'm sorry if I'm offending anybody, but my point is, you know what? We take this business serious, right? And so I think those are going to be the winners out of all this. The people that just kind of do this loosely and they sell a home or two a year and they're okay with it. I'm sorry. I mean, you got something else coming. So yeah, to Walt's point, we're going to address this thing. It's going to be a first part of how we're going to address it. It's really nice to know and understand the laws before we kind of tell you how to present them. So it's a great first step. Thank you so much, Walt. Anybody else before we continue? We're good? Awesome. Okay, so I'm just going to jump into the top 15 at this point. I don't think it's going to be, you're going to see some different names. And in my opinion, guys, you want to let this inspire you, right? That's the whole point of this. It's not to make everybody else like, oh my God, I'm not on this list and blah, blah, blah. You're going to see some new names. So this is possible. So you heard what type of business was coming to our market from the people that you work with, your colleagues. But you guys don't understand. You guys need each other to lift each other, right? So it really is a family, and I hope everybody sees it that way. So here we go. We're going to go to our top 15. Top 15 for March 2024. Please go ahead and unmute yourselves. I'm going to read through the names, but please go ahead and, let's hear some cheers. Let's hear some laughter. And oh my God, that person's on there. No, just joking. Just give some cheers. I'm hoping. All right, here we go. Our honorable mentions for March 2024 are Michelle Warner, Spencer Soto, and Carly Anderson. Congratulations. You are.
Nice job, guys.
Michelle, Spencer.
Good work.
Go. All right. Top 15. Here we go. Sean Azizi in March 2024. Congratulations.
All right, Sean.
Nice,
Sean.
Sean.
Number 14, Barbara Dudak. Congratulations.
Go Barbara.
Oh,
Barbara.
number 13, we got Paulina.
Paulina.
Oh,
Paulina.
Paulina.
Good job, Paulina.
Lucky 13.
Number 12, we have Steve Beller.
Go Steve.
Congratulations, Steve. Number 11, we have Jose Fonseca.
Jose.
Go Jose.
Good job, Jose. Top 10, here we go. Fiona Tessera at number 10.
Fiona.
Congratulations.
Fiona.
Fiona.
Number 9, we have Tracy Denby.
Hey,
Good
Number 8, we have Jill Vodka.
Right,
Good job, Jill.
Number 7, we have Libby Saleh.
Good job, Libby.
Excellent. Number 6, we have Lisa Herndon.
Go Lisa.
10, 15
Oh,
minutes.
top
10
5, here we
minutes.
go. Pam Pasquale.
All right, Pam.
Thank you.
Number 4, we have Kim Tortolak.
Oh, yeah, Kim.
Top 3 for the month of March 2024. Here we go, Jessica Rarity.
Yes, Jessica.
All right.
3.
Job.
Number 2, we have Mukesh
All
Jain.
right,
All right, Mukesh.
All of us, congratulations, Mukesh. And can I get a little drum roll, please? Number 1 for March is Maria.
Maria, good job.
Nice job.
That's fantastic. Number 1, this is what the social media little picture is gonna look like. So I hope you guys love it. And look at all those ladies. I just gotta put out a little bit
Yeah.
more guys in all this. And go woman power. Let's go. Here we go. Year to date, 2024. Our honorable mentions are Sissy Nasri, Pam Siskulik, and Jose Fonseca. Congratulations. Awesome. Here we go. 15, Lisa Herndon.
Yeah, great job, Lisa.
14, Vicky Barnos.
Way, Vicky.
Number 13, Spencer Soto.
Good
Spencer.
job,
12,
Spencer.
Carly Anderson.
Hey,
Carly.
Number 11, Alex Aboud.
Alex.
And here we go, Fiona Tessera, number 10.
Good job.
Fiona.
Number 9, Mike Aboud.
All right, Mike.
Number 8, Jill Vodka.
Go, Jill.
Number 7, Brian Reifus.
Brian.
Number 6, Jessica Rarity.
Wow.
Jessica.
Top 5, Barbara Dudak.
All right, Barbara.
Number 4, Kim Tortolet.
Go to Kim.
Top 3 year to date, here we go. Mukesh Jan, number 3.
Good job, Mukesh.
Number 2 is Maria Martin.
Maria.
And our number 1 year to date is Steve Beller.
All right,
Steve.
Steve.
Nice
Congratulations, guys. This is what the social media program is going to look like. And hope you guys like these new little designs that we're doing.
They're great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well,
Yeah.
I love and
Very nice.
appreciate every single one of you guys on this call. I don't want to take too much of your time, but any final thoughts? Anybody want to bring up something that we didn't mention before or anything else? Go ahead and do so now.
I'm curious if, you know, the insurance thing we're all running into where it's really hard for people to get homeowners insurance. I was reading online this morning something about, that the HOAs are not, their insurance is going up so high that they're not able to insure whole complexes. Has anyone else heard anything like that? Cause I'm concerned about assessments. Like if we list a condo, will there be an assessment coming up to help them pay for the insurance on the building?
Heard a few things, but I've definitely heard a few things on that.
Yeah.
We're gonna address a lot of those in trainings and whatnot. I mean,
Okay.
we've done an insurance training before. If you missed that one, go ahead and check it out in Agent Hub. But we'll do more to come because that is a situation that we can't run away from, right? A lot of people are pulling out of the state of California for many reasons. You know, obviously fire is a big one. But anyway, definitely, Brenda.
Thanks, Mike.
Absolutely. Julia, can I bring you on for a quick second? I know I didn't announce you to the group yet because I think you signed today, I believe, or yesterday, maybe.
So all the paperwork is not quite done. So
Okay.
officially car is, yeah.
Sure.
Mhm.
Sure. Well, first of all, welcome to the group.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for entrusting us. And any words, tell us a little bit about yourself and maybe, just how long you've been in the business and anything else you want to share.
So I've been in the business over 20 years. My husband, Asi Arciniega, does business with me. His first endeavor to real estate here in San Diego was with Remax RB in the early 2000s. We live in RB. We do business relationally I live my personal life and my professional life like that. Met with you, Mike, a few times. Diane, we have a previous history, super excited to join with her as well. And excited to be in Rancho Bernardo. We have a great son, he's 31, wow. He's my why, and so we're working for him.
I love that. Julie, thank you so much for sharing that with the group. And you know what? I love the fact that he's your why, because I personally believe everybody should have a why. And your why should make you cry, by the way. And if it hasn't, and if it doesn't, then
Happy
it's not
tears,
strong
happy
enough.
tears.
Yeah, exactly. I love that.
We're
Thank you
here
so
now,
much.
very healthy, so yay.
Love that.
Welcome,
Anyone-
Julia.
Yeah, welcome to the group. Welcome, Julia. Welcome to the family. And I
Beautiful
know,
name. My daughter's name is Julia.
love
Mine
it.
is too.
I would just like to say
Oh,
one
yeah,
thing,
that's right.
Mike. I
What's
just
that,
wanted to
Diane?
say one thing about Julia.
Sure.
I've worked with her for many years, and she is a true professional, and she does a lot of business. And we're really excited to have her back with Part, because I think she knows a lot of you here. I know she knows Jeff and Jamie. I thought I saw Jamie on the call. But in any case, you'll all love her and her family, and I'm very happy she joined us.
So am I. Awesome.
Welcome.
Awesome. Thank you.
Welcome.
Anybody else have any last thoughts, questions, comments, concerns? No? You guys ready to play some bingo?
Yes.
All right, let's make some money in bingo. So for those of you guys that don't know, obviously we play a bingo, and if you haven't got a bingo card, reach out to Lindsay. She'll get you one. Maybe not, maybe it's too late now. I'm not sure exactly.
I'll
but
put the link in the chat if you didn't get one.
okay, you guys get that? She'll put the link in the chat. So if you guys want to stay on and play some bingo, I'd love to pay you guys $100 per winner. So enjoy and win. Anybody else, or let's play some bingo? Let's play some bingo. Go ahead.